All right, good evening, everybody. Today is entry number 3 of Taking It Slow. And as promised yesterday, I was going to practice the drum parts of Manic Monday, and uh, we're slowly going to make a cover of the chorus with all the instruments in the video. So today is going to be drum day. I don't know if I'm going to be recording the drums, but here's the plan for today. Here's the plan for today. First, I'm just going to go through the warm up routine, which is the same as what you saw in the last video, and how I explained it there as well. You know, it's just basic Ramones type beat. That's slow, and then I'm going to go on and start taking a look at the laptop here, how the guy is playing Manic Monday. And yeah, and that's basically it. So we can just get right into it. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and practice the basic drum beat, and we will see where it goes from there. All right. All right. So the second one, what I usually do is I do it with a metronome this time to practice like staying within like the timing of the beats. So this is 140 BPM. So just a few observations. I keep on hitting the drumstick on my left hand, which so kind of what happens is that it smacks it and then it goes back to the snare drum, which makes an extra snare sound that I didn't really want. Uh, I'm not sure exactly why that is. Maybe the height of the cymbals isn't right. Or I'm not too sure, honestly. But hey, that's part of the practice. We're being mindful of what we need to work on, and so yeah, that's something that I need to work on. Uh, I'm not sure how, but I'll figure something out soon. Uh, so now, after that, I'm gonna go ahead and you know what? I'm gonna do one round of before I do Manic Monday. What I usually like to do is practice a little bit of the song that I wanted to really wanted to play with the drums, which was Billy Joe Armstrong's "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tiffany. So I'm gonna just go search it first, and then we'll just get started right away. I do the live version with his sons, and that's where I learned pretty much like how to play that version. And just make it a little louder. Okay. All right. So, some of the things that I've been struggling with, especially now, is what is it? Well, first off, there is a part actually where where the drums it kind of goes like this, right? So if you've been noticing, I've been mostly doing open hi-hats. But there is a part where in the end, like of the bridge, where it goes running just as fast as we can, the cymbals actually close up at the end of the bar. So it's like, hold on. Running just as fast as we can. Something like that, right? It doesn't ring, but rather it closes up a little bit. So like, running just as fast as we can. And it sounds like that. It's not like, running just as fast as we can. Damn it. Running just as fast as we can. Like that. So now, that's how it is in the video. But I think it's one of those things where it's kind of open to interpretation. Maybe. But, you know, personally for me, I'm okay with leaving it open. But I think one of the things that we're going to try and do here is eventually when we're about to make the cover, where that's when I'll figure out, okay, when do I want to close it or leave it open? Of course, now I'm kind of pushing towards wanting to just leave it open, because then it will be a little too much for my beginner drummer brain to handle. I've just gotten used to doing like the bass drum part, which honestly it has gotten a lot easier now that I've been doing it for a while now. I used to have issues doing this, but now it's not the case. It's getting a little more comfortable now, and I'm starting to get into the rhythm. Okay, so we're gonna do one more round, and we'll see where it goes from there. Another issue that I've been facing is that, I sometimes miss the symbol. So that's going to be something that I'm going to have to pay attention to. But I think so far, from the last time I started playing this, I feel like I've gotten a little better. I'm more confident in my choices now, what I want to do. Because one of the issues, excuse me, one of the issues that I was facing when I try to perform this song is that I don't know uh, when to hit, like, for example, there, if you notice, there is a part in the cymbals that goes like that. I didn't know when to start that, but now I do, and I'm more confident in that choice. I think a lot of this has to do with having the confidence to make a decision. So I have decided where I wanted to put this part, and I'm also confident in where I can do like this fill, like that. And yeah, I'm also confident in, if you notice, there are also some parts that goes, that's usually the beginning of the first verse of the first verse and the second verse. Now what I hear in the video, it actually goes like this. Like there's an individual like that when you hit the snare. But what's just as effective is, just hitting it at the same time instead of or something like that, right? But as you can see, it's a little more difficult to do, but it is just as effective. And you know what? If it does end up sounding like this, I'm just gonna choose doing hitting the snare at the same time, and but if ever it sounds, like the individual roll, I wouldn't have an issue with it either. So that's pretty much it for I think we're alone now for now. I'm feeling a little more confident. Most likely, we'll do one more practice day with it, and then maybe, just maybe, we can go ahead and record it the following day. I'm not too sure. But now, let's go to Manic Monday, and I'm going to now have a look at what the drummer of this video right here is doing. I already know what he is doing, and it's actually it's actually pretty basic. The beat kind of goes like kind of like this: 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then it's just I think it's 8 notes. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm not musically trained, so I have no idea how stuff like that works. But it goes like this. The count goes like that, so it's kind of like. Oh, sorry. So kind of maybe I can like move a little closer. But yeah, that's pretty much the basic beat of the song. So it's not entirely hard, but but there's also a part where at the end of the verse, I think, or end of one of the bars, it kind of goes like this. That's still pretty hard for me to do. So I'm just gonna skip that and just go with the basic symbols to symbolize lol. the next part of the song or the next bar. So I'm just gonna go ahead and watch a little bit of what he does until we reach the first chorus. So playing it now. So far, it's just this. And like I said, it's just like that the whole song, with a little, with a little transition, like. So it's not too hard. Something I can follow. Bad news, guys. So, unfortunately, I don't know what happened to my camera. Maybe it ran out of memory or space. I have no idea. But around this point, it stopped filming.
Oh no! Anyway, last week.
But you didn't really miss much. What kind of happened was I tried to practice the song 3 times, from the intro to the chorus and to the first chorus, and then at the end of that practice session, I said that we are going to try and record it just to see where it goes. So basically in this next section, I'm already recording the song, and I made a promise that we're going to do at least 3 takes. No, not 4 takes, not 5, 3 takes. And we are going to, however those takes end up, those are the only takes that we're going to choose from. So and then unless it was like a huge mistake that we really can't put in, then maybe we can give it another round. But eventually eventually at the end of the eventually we ended up with 3 takes. You'll see in this next transition. So yeah, here it is. Okay, so I think my camera is about to run out of memory, so I'm just going to be quick. So again, I've already set everything up for recording. We're going to try and do just 3 takes, and then we'll choose from that whether it's up to par or not. So, all right, with that being said, let's do this thing. All right, so this is going to be one of those big issues that we're going to have to do another take of, because one, I downloaded the original track, which was in 41 hertz and 32-bit, and what I'm recording on is 48,000 and 32-bit. So I'm going to have to change the recording settings to 441 hertz. Again, I'm trying to keep this as fast as possible. So that doesn't count as the first take, okay? So let me just go to the audio setup settings and just change it to 41. All right, let's do this again. Okay, so hopefully that's the original. That's the actual first take. Now, hopefully. Uh, okay, I think that's good now. Let's go to take two. Take two, everyone. Take two. Okay, take two. We'll do take three. Take three. Let's go before the camera memory runs out. Damn it. It's all right. We're not doing the intro. All right, that's it for now. I'll give you my thoughts later on when we're choosing. All right, so eventually I ended up choosing take two. I just kind of feel that it's a lot more. Yeah, I mean, compared to the other takes, the groove is a lot better there. The timing of the drums is a lot better there. Although take three was nice, I was able to add like some of the fills there. It just didn't feel right, especially towards the end with the double like crash or cymbals. So it just didn't feel right. Even though it was more creative and a lot more, experimental. The first take, of course, was still a little off, but not as off as compared to take two. So I decided to go with take two, and that pretty much concludes this video. Just a few more things before I close everything off. So today, resistance. I still felt a little bit of a resistance doing this because I had a feeling that, oh, I got to set things up. There's way too much stuff to do. I just want to play the drums. But I made a promise to myself and this channel that, one of the things that we're going to try to solve when it comes to perfectionism is trying to deal with that resistance, where even with that kind of resistance, we're still gonna do what we want to do, because I don't know where this came from. This is based on that was based on a quote from somewhere I can't remember, but uh, a man who does things even when his mind says not to is a strong man or a dangerous man or whatever is dangerous, or is a powerful man, because he's not letting their thoughts ruin their momentum and ruin their day. So definitely didn't do that. And also I gotta give just to give myself a little bit of credit. Today actually I cleaned up my room. Yeah, I don't normally clean up my room, but I did. I did the sweeping, uh, mainly because I felt like it was a really good time in the afternoon to play some OPM. And so I played a little bit of some Manila Sound playlist. Then I started playing, like, just the usual Filipino atmosphere of just, it's a Sunday, everything's quiet, and then there's Manila Sound in the background, and then you just like just do some sweeping, do some arranging. It just felt nice doing that today, so I did. And yeah, the the room is clean. And even after that, I was able to do what I promised and do the whole drum thing. And so, with that said, I did most of what I promised today. Actually, I'm going to end with a little bit of an extra step. If you remember from the last video, I promised myself that maybe I'll try to do a little bit of voice acting, like voice over auditions, make some new samples and stuff. But you know what? I just don't think I can do that right now. What I can instead do, just to keep the general promise of, I'm gonna do voiceover. To close this video, I'm going to do my best impression of Charlie from Smiling Friends. And this is great. And one of the things why I didn't want to do the voiceover thing is because I still have my cold. It's still not proper. But if you guys know Charlie from Smiling Friends, he does sound a little bit congested. So I'm gonna do my ding darn best to do an impression of him. So here it goes. This is my Charlie impression to end the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Look, Pib, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy is a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here? You kissed your dad in the mouth?
And one more.
Oh, we were right there, man!
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, okay, that was a little too much. But yeah, all right. See you guys.